I'm Vic Jagger.
I'm Miss Porter Did It.
And you are listening to Seasoned. Okay, are you done?
I'm never done.
Okay. Well, we're going to cover some of our favorite TV show seasons.
Tommy, what? Everybody in the audience knows damn well you ain't got no job, man.
Movies.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
And how we view them back in the day versus now.
Oh, this gonna be good.
We're going to get into the scripts they gave us the tea on relationships.
The relationship is off. Now get the stepping.
To real life shit, y'all.
And whatever else we feel like talking about.
We're about to dive in. Okay, you had sung, so I wanted to sing too.
I know. Let's get into it.
Welcome to another episode of Seasoned. I knew he was going to do it. I was just waiting.
He never fails.
So we're going to get into one episode that I feel like is
Legendary.
the legendary episode
Legendary.
of A Different World. It's a different world.
Wait, what's your favorite intro though? The original?
No.
Or the
I did not
remix?
like the real, I didn't like the very first one with
Riri?
Denise. No, with Denise.
And Maggie.
Yes. Yes. I
What
didn't
you know
like
about
that
Maggie
one.
on the pickup truck? What you know?
That intro was not as hitting when Auntie Retha came up in
But
there.
Riri was in the first one too.
No, I guess the remix.
Yeah, the remix. Okay. When they did the
Here's a chance to make it. If we focus on our goal. She was singing.
Woo! Okay.
So, yes, we are going to get into season 5, episode 25.
And what episode is that?
Save the Best for Last, part 2.
Part 2. Part 2 is
two.
the pivotal.
Now, part 1 set it up. But part 2 is the legendary episode.
For sure.
Because this is the episode where Dwayne is sick that Whitley is getting married.
Let me
He's
tell you
so
something.
conflicted.
Dwayne had on his his taupe suit.
He definitely had on the
But
Obama
fuck,
suit.
Fuck the suit. Before we even got to the suit, he was feeling it way before then. I hate this little game that they played.
I know.
I hate the cat and mouse, but I love the cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Because it adds to the story.
It did.
I hated that shit though. Like looking back now, I'm like,
Just do it. Just
why
say
you
it.
ain't just right?
Right.
Why you ain't
Just
just
tell her. Because Byron wasn't it.
Byron wasn't it.
We knew that Byron wasn't it.
B613 wasn't it.
Papa
Pope.
B613
B613 wasn't gonna cut it, man.
Was not it. Even back
Damn.
then. But you know, Byron definitely was good on paper. And we're going to get into that.
But he was a good
When
man.
a dude
Savannah.
was good. That's a good
He's
man,
a good man,
Savannah.
Savannah. He was a good man though, but he just wasn't it. And
Right.
that it, quote unquote, y'all can't see my ear quotes. That it, that's the game changer.
That it
Yeah.
will get it lit. Okay? He's the only one that can
will
really get it lit
Now that's the one.
to get it hit from the back side up. So here's the thing. Dwayne, and this is, I feel him because I feel like Dwayne had a knot in his stomach because
For
he
sure.
was going to go to the wedding.
He did.
He was going back and forth with it. Ron, thirsty ass. This is when he really was like crushing on Kimberly Reese.
Ron was so. I don't trust no nigga with a skin taper. So the fact that Ron had that skin taper fade, fam, I don't trust
And he
you.
definitely had the car salesman mustache.
Absolutely. I ain't trust him.
Honestly, Ron was a scrub. Like, if we taking it 90s, he definitely was the scrub between both of them. Like,
Of course.
nobody really took him serious.
But that's the thing. He wasn't necessarily a scrub. He just wasn't the IT one. Because Ron was he was a musician. He learned how to sell cars. Like, he was doing his thing. He was in a fraternity.
He was very lazy. He was the get rich. Are we forgetting
Get rich
about
quick?
the olive ole business that he had.
That fucked Kim's face up.
Yes, everybody had hair growing out.
But why did I want to say Renum Spoons and that's Martin?
That was no.
Why
50.
did I want to say Renum? But it was
No
a Renum
50.
Spoons-esque.
It was
come up.
It was definitely. He was the scammer. He was the college scammer.
Yep.
Now we all know that there was one dude in college that was
A few
always
of them.
scamming.
Always. Prepaid cell phones, debit
Yes.
cards. Everything
Oh my
was
gosh,
prepaid.
them prepaid
You remember
cell
that?
phones.
Motherfucking prepaid for your Nextel, your Nokia.
No, how about this? Prepaid legal. Why did we need it? Why would we need
Pyramid.
prepaid?
The pyramid. It's giving it works.
It's giving Herbalife. No shade. No shade. Yes. So Whitley is having second thoughts of her own. So
Whitley's
this
having
is her
third thoughts.
third and fourth.
Because for real, Whitley bent. Go ahead.
Whitley wanted that old thing back.
It wasn't old though.
It wasn't old because he came to visit her the night before. Okay. Now here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was one sign right there.
Yep. Because you let him come in. He came to visit and you let him in.
I remember.
And you let him in. There's two parts to that.
Yes, it is. Because I can remember a time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Remember.
Do you remember the time? I did not let him come back, but he did.
But did
show
you let him come
up.
in?
No, well, no.
You didn't let him come back, but did you let him come in?
Right. I know. I got you. And that didn't happen either. And I felt so proud of myself, but kind of deep inside, I was like, dang, should I have done that? Because he wanted me to come outside. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those things.
Was it one of them I just want to talk?
To talk.
Quote unquote talk?
To talk. To hash things out, to talk.
We can hash.
Okay. But in my mind, I was like, no, bitch, you gonna be strong. You ain't going outside. I wanted to go outside like shit. But I was like, I ain't going outside.
Strong for who?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I'm every woman.
Strong for
it
the
was
group
like
chat? It's all in me.
Tommy Strong. I was like,
Hey, yeah. Not Tommy Strong.
Listen, I was really, it was one of those things where I was like, no, this cycle has to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going outside. And this, you know what this nigga told me? Oh my God. He was like, you gonna regret. Watch, you gonna regret not coming out here.
All right, nigga.
I'm like, this nigga act like he had a ring. Or
All
something.
right.
You got a ring though? Did you got a ring though?
Regret what?
I don't know, but I didn't.
Anyway. To Whitley
I
and
definitely
Dwayne.
did not. Yes, Dwayne.
So he pulled up.
Well, yeah. So that was the day before, right? The night before.
Prenuptial.
Now, let's not forget that Whitley's mama was the legendary
Marion.
Diane Carroll, Marion Gilbert.
Marion Gilbert.
Okay. Who was bougie, bust up in the room on the wedding day,
Yes, she did.
told Whitley to put cucumber slices on her face. Okay. I was trying to think, like, what would my mother say? My mother would be like, if you don't get up and wash your face.
You all right? You good? Okay.
You still want to do
Angie.
it?
You all right?
You want to do it?
All right. Let me know.
Let me know,
That's all
'cause I
I want
can-
to know.
I'll
Let me
let
know. 'Cause we'll get up out of here.
Yes.
Let me know.
I
That's
have
all
no
Angie
problem.
on. My mother would just be like, you good? Okay. That's how she is. She's never really been, excuse me, too hands-on. Like, she'll give her opinion if she sees something really affecting me. But my mother is very like, girl,
Whatever you
this
wanna
is
do.
your life. I just
Yeah.
want you to be happy and make sure somebody's treating you well.
Yes.
That's it.
My mother wants that. She won't necessarily come out and say it. But what I do know about my mother is she is sitting on ready. So if I was like, I don't think I want to do this, say less. My mother is a say less
We out.
person.
Yeah.
She's telling everybody it's over. Like, y'all ain't got to
Here's
go
the thing.
home.
But I feel like at this point, my mother don't care about shit but grandkids. I'm serious. She don't care. Like, I know that my family loves a celebration. My mother don't care about none of that shit. Are you pregnant? Oh, okay.
About none of that shit.
Oh,
on her
okay. Well,
Asian
let
bread.
me know. Bye.
Asian dog.
Yeah,
One of them.
text
One
me
of the-
later.
One of the little rappers.
That's fine.
Okay. So like I said, Byron was good on paper. They definitely shaded Dwayne, Wayne, and the Wayne
Chipmunk.
Okay. They called them Yahoos. Now I was like, damn.
That is so
You
shit.
know that's just like country asses with they country asses.
But they weren't country, though.
They were just like They weren't
'Cause
country
Whitley and them was
because they were from New York.
Exactly. Whitney
Yes.
and them was more Southern than Dwayne.
Okay, so
them.
is the Yahoos like that's the New York, like they call them, like,
It's shade.
is that Yankees?
It's shade.
I didn't even look it up.
Yeah.
The Yahoos.
Because it sounded shady.
Like yahoo.com.
So we took it as such.
Like if somebody tell me their email was yahoo.com, I'd be like,
Oh dear.
why are we like this? So Byron, on paper, he was a senator, he was a businessman, he was an entrepreneur.
Also, no shape up.
No shape up.
would like
No,
to
he
add.
did not. He did not. And Whitley's mom, understandably, your mom wants the best for you. So she
No, fuck
wants
that. She wants the financial
she does
stability.
want,
it ain't about the
she
best.
does want that. But that's
She
what I'm
wants the
saying.
financial
She felt like
stability.
Byron was the better option. She
Because
said
of
she wants him to
money.
wants Whitley to have a happier life. Yes, and she wants her to eventually be the first lady. Like,
So she was living her life.
exactly.
to
And that's what
Whitley.
I was about to say. There are so many times that parents will put their dreams on you.
For sure.
And then when you go left
They
to
pissed.
really do what you want to do,
They are beefing.
they are so beefing with you and basically making you feel like you ain't shit.
Yeah.
And your life ain't shit because you're not going on the path that they want you
that
to.
they wanted 40 years ago.
Exactly. She's like, I waited so long for this day.
All right, Marion.
Marion,
Bye.
and you shading your ex-husband because he got a younger
Who's
woman.
standing right there?
Younger
Or
woman.
she could have married Byron.
She would have. But
She
we're gonna
abs-
talk about Marion, because Marion had some shit going on with her too during the wedding. Okay, listen, Marion was still mad that Dwayne and Whitley had that whole little breakup. She's like, he broke your heart.
Period. But
You
that's
know.
a mother for you.
Yes.
You're not gonna hurt my baby.
Let me tell you something.
You
And
are
don't let
going
the
to
man come
hurt
back around.
my baby.
She don't care if y'all made up.
Nope.
You done broke up with her the first time and she ain't going back.
Friends be like that too.
I know. Don't I know it?
Kimberly Reese wasn't though.
She wasn't.
Yeah,
And
we'll
that's
talk
what
about
you
that.
always need a friend.
You need a Kimberly Reese.
in your life.
She championed that shit. She was cheesing. She was more
Nice
she
teeth.
was more sized than Whitley.
Okay.
Her hair was fucked up though.
With that mushroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was giving very beehive. At the top, a little bulky. Just a little
Was that a weave?
Absolutely.
I thought she might have had. That was the cut back
Girl,
there.
bye.
They really wasn't really doing too many sew-ins
That
like
was pack
that.
hair.
That was glued in.
No, it was pack hair.
But was it glued in?
Probably not.
I don't really think they was doing sew-ins
Premium
back then.
outre now. New Yaki.
Shetty. Shetty Brooks. Okay, so Shetty Murphy. All right, so but you know, the one thing about Whitley's mother, she's one of them disrespectful, entitled, wealthy, fake bougie
Kept.
type folks.
She don't know no
so
other
much.
life.
Yes.
Yep.
But when this is the part that gets me, when those people get your name wrong. And you know my name is Kim. First of all, Kim is not like a difficult
It's
name
not a
to
difficult
remember.
name to remember.
Why does she call her Camilla?
Because she's shady and she don't care about none of that shit. Because in her mind, Kim wasn't good enough to be her daughter's best friend anyway. Because she's in med, she's biology, she's pre-med.
Yes.
But outside of that, Kim wasn't giving her what she thought Whitley, girl.
And neither did Freddie.
Frederica.
She made Freddie.
Frederica.
She called her Frederica.
Frederica.
Like, her name is Winifred. Ma'am. How about that was the first time I really
Frederica.
realized that her name was Winifred, though. And Whitley called her Winifred.
Yes, she did.
Okay. She came in. She was with Shaza. Shaza. Gary Jordan. Oh, CSI head ass before. Shaza was definitely a part of Native Tongues.
Shazai used to have a table at Easter Market
Selling oils
and soap.
and black soap. The black soap.
And he never got his locks
And incense. No. He was definitely the buddy, the UNITY.
He was definitely the hotep nigga on campus trying to get you to come to a fucking poetry slam.
Yes. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Definitely wore the leather Africa
The same,
medallion. The medallion that was leather.
And the cuff.
Why
The
are we?
wrist cuff. All right, sorry guys. HBCU flashback.
But wait, But why was Whitley's mom so damn shady? She had a response. Now that part I was chuckling at because she had a damn title or something for everybody. When she called Whitley's father, when she called Whitley's father and his wife, Winter and Spring.
Winter and Spring.
Young, I was like, that's like some top tier go over your head type of shade.
Absolutely.
Monica was her name.
You know what I was thinking of?
Mm-hmm.
She reminds me of, this is so random, the girl that Harpo was married to.
Oh.
When she was like, Harpo, this woman. I think that's the same woman.
She was like, I forgot that line, but when she did it, and got the
stole.
shits.
Sophia stole the shit out that joint.
Yeah, her legs went up in the damn creek, whatever it was over there. The little river.
A creek?
Was it a creek or a river? A pond?
All right.
Then she went in the water. Mm-hmm. Get in the water. So
Marion had a name for everybody.
Yeah, she called
shaded
Monica,
everybody.
She called her a damn pastry and then specified and said it was a tart. Bitch, that shit made me. Yes.
And she dared to be challenged.
Yes. So, okay. Jaleesa and Colonel Taylor, they are new parents.
Yes. And new boogies.
Boogie,
that was a random
They're
ass
married.
relationship.
That was. It just came out of nowhere like, what?
Remember his son?
Terrence?
With that ponytail.
Bitch, first of all, you know I was going to get to that ponytail. I was waiting for that.
Terrence
because
had a pompadour and a wet and wavy.
Bitch, it was giving shag. And he put the shag in a ponytail. Okay? Terrence and that damn, I don't know what that, I hated his hair. I could not.
I hated Terrence.
You hated Terrence altogether?
Just his hair.
It was
Terrence as a human. Used to blow the shit out of me.
He did because he was not that smart.
Moving on.
But how about when Marion, Whitley's mama, said that Shazza was in a reggae band?
Yeah, so many of my homegirls' moms are Marion. They are Marion Gilbert. And they know exactly. I ain't even going to name them. They know who they are. That is their mothers.
Yeah. In a reggae band, though, that was kind of messed up. But anyway, so Freddie was dressed like she was going to Coachella.
For sure.
I always said that Kim was a good ass friend because Whitley definitely had the bubble gut.
She did.
In the room.
Yep.
She was like, I'm just feeling so
Hold on.
nauseated.
Speaking of in the room.
Yes. When they had that little situation.
Would you have said something then? Because Kim alluded. Mm-hmm. Kim alluded and was hinting. Would you have said something right then? Your best friend is getting ready to walk down the aisle.
Yes.
You know that she is madly in love with somebody else. But she's about to marry a quality man because Byron wasn't a bum nigga.
He was not.
And that's probably what made this so difficult. It's like, I know that you will be okay over here, but I know that he's not Dwayne.
He's
what
not
Kim
Dwayne.
Knew
was that Byron wasn't hitting it like Dwayne was
Facts.
hitting it.
He wasn't folding that ass
He
up.
was not bold. Look.
Nope.
Listen.
Spade Sable.
I was about to say bow-legging her.
Yeah. He wasn't bow-legging her. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Because if he was, Dwayne wouldn't be an option.
It would not.
But
it wouldn't be a second thought.
But back to the question.
Okay, so
would you say something right then? The wedding is about to start.
And Kim was about to say something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said Kim is a good ass friend. Because while she wanted to say something, she also didn't want to sound like a hater.
And get her
and she
worked
didn't want
up.
to, right. And so Whitley was like, well, what? Like, she was waiting for her to say it. She was waiting for her to say it.
She wanted her best friend to do what best friends do, bitch. We can get about this joint now.
Right.
What you trying to do? Dwayne outside.
But you also don't want to overstep that. Like I wouldn't want to, I don't know what I would do in that situation, right? But like right now, like I don't think I would want to be the cause of putting that idea in motion. And
so
be like,
if she came to you with it, it would be different. But you don't want to be the person. To my opinion, yes.
But it wouldn't be me just coming out and be like, "Girl, do you really want to do this?" You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you that has been. I don't know what I would do now, but that has been me in too many occasions, and it didn't turn out right.
Wait, wait. Did you say something or you didn't say something?
I did. I am definitely the friend that would be like, now you sure this what you want to do?
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely that person like, this what you want to do? But now, it really depends on who it is. But yeah, I've been there. Cause I'm super friend. You okay? Are you sure? Cause I'll book you a flight so you can leave. Oh, that dumb
so
shit.
with me, I don't. Yeah, I'm like,
but when it come to love, man, I feel like
I just don't want to. I don't want to overstep. And
nah, cause then I'm gonna steal you if you be like, I mean, I wanted to say something 10 years ago. Now I'm beefing.
Oh nah.
Cause if you ain't say nothing, but how about? Would you say something before then though? Would you have been said something to just kind of check her temperature? Okay, so here's
where I would have said something.
Okay.
If she would have came to me and told me that Dwayne had come by and that, she didn't know what she was feeling, this and that, that's when I feel like the door would be open to have that conversation. Let me say this now. But also, I feel like dudes are the type of friends who would say something. Like, dudes are quick to be like, hey, bro.
I don't think so.
I do. I think that like if they're close, like Sandbox, if they're tight, they gonna check in and be like, yo.
It gotta be. But see, even then.
You sure?
Man, yes. I don't know.
No, I'm saying they would be like, you sure?
No, man. I feel like we gotta.
Let's ask one of the guys that's kind of in the room. Hey, Licious. Okay.
Licious Soul Child. Ladies and gentlemen.
Audio engineer, producer extraordinaire.
Engineer extraordinaire.
Yes. If you knew your man's was having second thoughts, right? And he's about to get married, but he hasn't really like said it, but would you bring it up? Would you kind of be like, are you sure? Is that something that you and your friends kind of have that? If it's that right, Sandbox.
But man's is that like, hold on, but is man's like we grew up together, or is man's like this is the type of person I know that I could say some real shit to?
That's your you know what? That's your trauma that you're dealing with too.
Absolutely.
We want to talk about that.
I see what you're saying, because some people don't know how to take.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like some people be like, well, I mean, why did you even say that?
Yep.
Why'd you bring it up? So that was my thing. Like, why bring it up?
So you gotta consider the audience.
But if it's like to a point too, if it's like my man's,
I've
known you for years, and it's like it wouldn't even be like, hey, don't do it. It'd be like, yo, bro, like, are you cool?
Are you sure?
Right.
I mean, that sort of thing.
Right.
I wouldn't even press it like just, hey, just checking in. You all right? Everything good?
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody knows that one person for their like friends that's like, nah, but this right here, I know that this is their person. So it depends on who I'm dealing with.
So if I know that is, because at one point in time, I had a person, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say things were great, but it was a situation like Dwayne and Whitley where it was just like, oh, we broke up. I'm about to get married to this other dude, but then y'all know this is this is my person. I think that my friends would be like,
oh, I'm definitely a feather ruffler.
Like,
I'm definitely like, bitch,
girl, are you?
You know. Yeah.
Because this nigga will end up being boring or something. You know what I mean?
You be calling me complaining. Like, don't keep calling me trying to go to the go-go because you bored. Don't keep calling me because you bored. I told you 2 years ago.
We all going.
That you ain't like this nigga.
Girl, he home again. Girl, we ain't going nowhere. He want to stay in a cuddle. I'm trying to
Okay, so I would say something. You would have to fill it out.
I definitely would have to fill it out. But I also... The point that I was going to make about your trauma is that, because I had to bring it back, okay? All right, now we can say I'm Vianla, okay? Vianla Van Zandt. Vianla Tianla. I am Vianla right now.
Okay.
You have had so many situations, it may not be so many, but enough to where you have said something and it has backfired, kick boom, like a bucket on Georgia Avenue. Okay, it has
For
backfired
sure.
on that ass. And
Yep.
so now, this is what shapes us moving forward in lots of different relationships, not just with, men or romantic relationships, but with friendships as well. Because I've been in situations, that's why I say it would have to be somebody that I know would want me to tell them something that I saw.
Oh, no, you got to tell me, fam.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta
and my girl
tell me.
Alfreda's like, bitch, if you ever see my husband out anywhere, like, you better. There are some people that want to know, but then there are some people that say they want to know, but bitch, you gonna be back with them. So why am I going to tell you? And then that's going to cause. No, I don't want to be in the mess.
Yep.
Because you don't want to be a hater.
And you don't want to sound like a hater too.
I don't talk about none of that. Listen,
like none of that shit.
if it's out of pocket, then yes.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, like if it's on some, like as I was saying before, people be having so much stuff and different like rules and inner workings and codes of how their shit
Relationships
functions.
are, yes.
Yeah, so I'm like, when it comes down to marriage, in my mind, I want to get married once. I want that shit to be forever. So I'm like, before you take this big step, I would definitely be like, are you sure?
To myself.
That's it. Myself too. But if my friend is marrying, or I feel like, yeah, but I know she really, because sometimes you be wanting somebody to jump in and save your ass. Like,
but then on the flip side of that, because I got to bring the other side, flip mode squad, it's the best. You have situations where they feel that is their person. You don't feel like that person is the right one for them.
oh, well, then it's not my business.
Exactly. But some friends hold on to that. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, you could do so much better.
Nope.
This is not the man.
Because you know what I
you.
learned? I'm going to tell you what I've learned.
Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. I knew you was going to. I knew it.
No, I have learned that just because I want it for you, like, everybody's best is different. So what I think is living my best life may not be yours. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you are, I just want to make sure you happy. If you're really happy, but if I don't feel like you're really happy, there it is. I'm going to say something.
No, because that is it.
Real talk. But if you are like, I don't have to be, I want to be cool with him, like cordial, but I don't have to, I'm not fucking this nigga. Real talk.
I don't
so it's
have
like,
to
if
be with
this
him
is
every day.
What you want, fine. But don't be with this nigga and think you're going to complain to me every day. I don't want to hear that shit.
Absolutely.
I don't. I am not that friend. Do not complain to
Don't
me to
call
death
me.
when you could have been with Deontay.
Exactly.
Because that's who really make you happy. So that's why I was like, I'm going to ask depending on the situation, but I'm definitely the friend but I wouldn't have waited until
the wedding
right before
day.
you walking down the aisle. I feel like that's a lot
and you know
of
what?
pressure.
It's because, did you see how expensive that wedding was? First of all, we're in the 90s. They have
I still want that hippie.
A harpist. Is it a harpist?
Absolute.
Okay. They got the opera singer.
They're in the garden.
They are definitely in
Them
the garden.
flowers was real.
Yes.
Because Marion wasn't having no other way.
Definitely.
Yeah, them flowers was real. And Patti LaBelle was there.
She was not there. No 50.
Patti LaBelle wasn't there?
No, because remember, Dwayne's parents were mad because they weren't
50.
invited. But we didn't get down that
We
far
ain't even
yet.
get the
Patty.
Okay. I definitely had some pie crust before we started.
Yes, I was just about to say. We had some patty pie.
I had some patty pie crust. By the time I got here, the pie was gone.
Just had the crust.
I had the crust.
Okay,
it was
so
delicious.
So I take that back. Byron's mama and them was country as hell.
Yes.
Because, bitch, you remember when she started crying and then she got up
They
to
were
hug
disgusted.
Whitley. That would have been my cue to get the fuck up out of there. Like, honestly, I'd have been like, oh no. Like, you know how sometimes,
like, my mother can't even hug you.
You know how sometimes you're looking for a signal, a sign.
That would have been
like
the sign.
Somebody say one word and
Please.
I'm leaving this.
That
would have been it right there.
On my mother.
On my mama. On my hood.
Mama on my hood.
I look fly. I look good. I'm getting the hell up out of here.
Woo.
It's a song for everything.
They're upstairs. They're having the moment, the elephant in the room. Kim wants to say something.
Oh, you going back. Okay.
Whitley wants Kim to say something. And they don't.
They don't. And
So
she
is that
walks
like
down the aisle.
silent pact of, okay, girl, that's what you doing.
Well, at this point, yes, it's time to go.
The shit is
They're
paid
walking
for.
down the aisle.
The bishop is down there.
Whitley daddy he done paid for the
He
whole
done paid
wedding.
for the whole junk. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and that was the funny part, that I guess it was the comment that was made was Whitley's mom is happy that she's marrying into somebody that can take care of her.
Yep.
Right. So daddy doesn't have to. Daddy should be relieved because now he doesn't have to, spend a whole lot of money and
Yep.
do all that stuff, take care of the baby.
Yep.
But yes, so everybody is in attendance. You
Yep.
got Ron is there, Jaleesa and Colonel Taylor,
Whole squad.
Dookie Braid Terrence.
Dookie braid.
It was such a dookie braid. It was a dookie braid, but then it was kind of like a fade at the top, shag type.
It was a
I really
pompadour
could not take it.
with a weave ponytail.
I couldn't take it.
Yeah. It's okay.
It definitely
tried.
was given, you know what? Okay, so Whitley was a bookie boo. She looked amazing.
Beautiful.
Amazing. The funny part when Marion, or no, Myra. Okay, I call her Myra. I feel like her name was Myra in a different world too. She was Myra on Martin.
What was
Mr. Gaines' wife. Wasn't it Myra? We're going to call her Myra.
What's your Myra? Y'all know who we talking
I feel
about.
like Myra thought she was at the church service.
But
'Cause
Myra was
was
Myra
like-
on every show. So she's Myra.
Yeah, she
they
is
know who we
definitely
talking
Myra.
about.
She
Mr.
was like,
Gaines'
well,
wife.
wow.
Mr. Gaines' wife.
Mr. Gaines' wife.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Gaines was mad because they wouldn't let him have pig's feet and all that type of stuff. He
At
did
the
not
reception.
cater.
Nope.
No,
He did
we
not
are
cater.
not. Mr. Gaines, we are not having chili dogs and black eyed peas. And I feel like that menu would have just been
The pit.
the pit.
It would have been the pit.
Why are you getting catered the pit?
By the refact.
The refact at Morgan, them cheesy fries and that greasy ass pizza. Yes, and for dessert, that
The ice
damn
cream
sorbet,
from
Miss Jerry, and you can only get one scoop, bitch. So you gotta send somebody else who didn't want the sorbet. The sorbet. Can you go get me one? Because
He was monitoring
She
that
was
shit.
that. You just came over here, tuna. I don't eat no damn tuna.
tuna.
Oh, okay. So the pastor or the reverend, whoever he is, first of all, he tried to holler at Marion.
Absolutely.
He tried to holler at Whitley's mama on the low.
And she
And I
liked
just
it.
thought that was hilarious.
But she liked it.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
And when
Marion
he
was with it.
She was definitely with it, and so was he. I was like, okay, pastor. And, the story that he told about Whitley it spoke to her character as a young girl, because she was definitely the type that he was like, she would take the offering and say, I don't want to hear the clank
I don't want to hear the clank
of quarters.
of coin.
Only
Coins
the
or quarters?
rustle. He said the rustle of bills and a check will do.
Y'all hear my hands?
Yes.
That's the rustle.
The Russell Wilson of bills and a check will do. Okay, so they're reciting their vows. We are finally to the vows.
Yeah.
Okay.
The real shit.
The AEIOUs.
Yep.
Sometimes. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Okay.
Yes.
Now, Byron gives his, Whitley. Why does she see Dwayne? And that is the thing. Let me tell you, and that speaks to her gut telling her,
Just telling her.
Dwayne.
Dwayne. pastor,
Everybody was Dwayne.
Her mother.
Yes.
Kim.
Yes.
Freddie.
Her mama knew. Her mother knew. A mama knows. Her
Always.
mother knew she was raised. She said, I will. I will. No, ma'am. He said, I got to hear her say it. Dwayne pops up.
Baby. That's what
I
she
mean,
wanted.
I don't know.
That's what she
How
wanted.
long has this episode been out? Every time I watch it, it gives me chill. Like my stomach, I get butterflies. Like it's me, because that is what a Nick.
Come
that's
get
what
me.
Please come rescue
But here's the
me.
thing. But I don't want it to have to get to that.
Not at all.
I want
like,
you
at
to
this
come
point,
get my shit. Yeah, because
we are communicating. We know how to communicate
come
now.
get me. Like, I don't want it now. Let me be clear. If you have to disrupt the nuptials because I'm on some bullshit,
Yes, nuptials.
disrupt the nuptials. But that's like I don't want it to have to get there. I'm telling you, man. Let's have the hard conversations before, because that's a lot of goddamn
I was
money.
here for it. And
That's a lot of money. It's
it was still a wedding.
disrespectful. It's still a wedding, but you wasted. Like, Byron was.
They were pissed leaving
Yeah,
now. But
man.
hold on. We didn't get there yet.
I'm sorry.
We didn't get there yet.
I'm speeding.
Okay? Slow down. Listen. He popped up. And he said, I'm sorry, Byron, but I love her.
But the
Now,
way the
let me tell
whole
you.
bridal party was like, yes, my nigga.
Yes,
Byron's
Kim.
folks was pissed, but all of
No,
Whitley,
the-
Ron, Kim, everybody was cheesing.
His best man and all of them, groomsmen, tried to hold him back. And
Save
we're wrong.
face.
Ron came and was like, oh, no. I said, okay, Ron. Okay, drummer.
Yeah,
Get a drummer
skin taper.
some. Get a drummer.
Skin taper was ready.
Listen, but the part that gave me chills
Baby,
was when he,
please.
yo, baby, please,
Yeah,
baby,
he begged. He said he
please.
couldn't live without that joint.
Bitch, I would have took my drawers off right there.
Right on. So I
My
lifted that
drawers
dress
woulda
up
came-
because she shouldn't have had none on.
You should not have had any
So
drawers
there was none to
on.
take off.
But I would have took them drawers off
Yep.
right there. That please, baby, please. I would
You
be like,
begging?
I would be like, hold the service. Let's go up to that little
But
room.
it's the fact, not the little room, the
'Cause
upper
that
room.
the upper room.
But it's the fact that you didn't give a fuck about none
Nobody.
of this shit. You ain't care about none
you
of this.
didn't care how
Dwayne was like,
your mans would look at
Dwayne
you.
was like, Kanishiwa will foot the bill for all this shit. I'm busting up in the wedding in my Harold Penner. I'm going to get my girl. I'll be damned if I let her
He
marry
definitely
this nigga.
had on a Cavalier suit.
Landover,
Landover, Maryland.
It's some
Okay,
Giorgio
Sean.
Brutinis. Either way, yeah, he wasn't letting. He said that's his woman. He wasn't letting her be with nobody else, and that's. I'm gonna tell you, that is the energy that Whitley had been waiting for from
Yes.
Dwayne forever.
Yes.
That energy. I need to know that you don't play about me.
That is the
That's
ultimate,
it.
like, fellas.
Let me know you don't play about me.
Fellas.
For real.
You want some head every night? Well, you won't get it anyway from him. But I'm just saying, that wasn't a good. 'Cause it's gonna happen anyway. Okay, so, but no, you want that unconditional love, that I got your back.
Yep.
That it's given. We are ride or die.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't riding and dying. That's not
no.
a good one either. Because I'm riding.
Why we dying?
Well, why we dying?
That's fine.
But yes, but no, I'm just saying we got your back.
Yeah.
We always gonna have you because
Yep.
you know, as women, we do that anyway. Oh yeah, that's me.
But we can't
I got
help
you.
it. But because if you, it's literally what you put in, you get out. So like, if you make us feel like we don't play about us, we definitely don't play about
But
you.
let's be clear. Let's be clear,
Clarify.
because there have been situations
Mm-hmm.
where we don't play about this nigga, but he playing with us. He
Not-
playing.
not
You
to be a
playing.
D.
You playing.
But we revisit. That's my problem now.
we
Because I need to know that you not playing before I know that I'm not playing. You see what I'm saying? What are we not playing about?
What are we not
as
playing
a
about?
unit?
No, that's why. That's
I need
2021.
to know that you are
this
not
is
playing.
right now.
Okay?
Right now.
Because you're not going to have me out here not playing. But
You better
playing.
please, baby, please.
You at recess. You understand what I'm saying? I need to know that you're not playing.
You
If
on
you not
you
playing
on that
about
monkey
me,
shit. You on the monkey
yeah.
bars.
Mm-mm.
Get off the monkey bars. Okay.
I need to know that you're not playing.
The bell has rung.
And that is what she was waiting for. That's why she was like, I'm sorry, Byron.
I'm sorry, Byron.
Yeah, she rolled on the nigga. Bye.
Man, what?
But
What?
he knew. Deep down, he knew too.
Yeah.
He knew.
He had to.
Baby,
know.
no. I
But
don't
she
care
was
what
bad.
nobody
You
say,
know,
man.
Whitley
Baby
bad.
knowing.
She fine. She come from a nice family. Her daddy got money.
Byron knew.
Byron.
Had
Wait,
to sip
wait.
some champagne.
First
y'all.
of all,
Because you know, let me tell you something. When you start really getting into like paying attention to your gut feeling. You know, I'm telling you, man, you know. And I think he was just kind of like, from his perspective, I think that Whitley fit the prototype of what he felt like a senator's wife. She was into art. You understand what I'm saying? She was beautiful. She dressed well. She came from money.
First lady.
She fit that. But that passion, that's what I'm
fire.
saying. That
This girl is on.
I thought you was going to sing Fire and Desire. You slipping. I thought you was definitely going to give me some Tina Marie.
I wasn't. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, but I feel like he knew that deep down, he wasn't that surprised. I think he was kind of like hoping, like, all right, maybe we can figure this out.
Fire. I had to think of another fire song.
It's okay.
Okay. Anyway, so here's the thing. Whitley and Byron are the perfect examples of what happens when you go against your gut, right? I mean, Dwayne can be too, but I feel like Dwayne went with his gut in this situation.
He did.
Okay, because when he first showed up, and it was like, well, if anybody
but why
has
the whole energy of the whole crowd when Dwayne came?
But that's what I'm saying,
because
it was at that moment.
Dwayne
if anybody has anything to say, and he's like, and then he sat his ass down. It's like,
but what would you do?
What
if
what?
Say your ex?
Okay.
First of all, why are you at my wedding? Because the other side to this is...
Because they were friends.
But what, fuck
they have
that.
all been...
I don't give a fuck. Your ex, boo, your joint that everybody associates, why are you coming to my wedding? Clearing your throat at the wrong time.
No, because here's the thing. He was definitely invited. If you remember, when they were dating, Byron and Whitley, and he was running for whatever office, Dwayne was working for Byron.
Because they all full of shit. That's my point.
Cool.
They were all bullshit. And that's another reason Byron was blown.
And they were acting like it wasn't nothing. Right. But they was acting like, that passive aggressive shit. Like, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. I can be around.
And everybody else was very much like, okay.
Here they go. Yeah, because everybody else knew that they were each other's person. Okay?
Each other's person.
They were each other's person. And so... they did have a wedding, and I was happy like I was there.
Beyond. I was
Kim was cheesing, showing all her teeth.
I saw Kim's molars.
All 33. I might have gave her an extra one.
But everybody was. Like, that's why I was like, it's so interesting because
Winifred.
Everybody's response was kind of like, so y'all were going to let her go through with this for Byron, but this is how y'all really feel? Everybody was so hype that Dwayne said something, that he came to get his girl. And I'm like, so y'all were going to sit back?
No, because you got to think of Whitley's personality. Whitley does not care what anybody thinks. She will shade you.
But they had enough breadcrumbs to know that
but
she
they're
wanted
not gonna
somebody to
approach
save her ass. Whitley wanted somebody to.
And guess
really
who saved
did.
her? The person who she wanted to. So when it's not the person that you don't want to save you and they're trying to save you, you're not going to receive it, is what I'm saying. Where are my organs?
Cue the organs. Cue organs. Nah, that's some real shit.
So, yeah, it's always like that.
That's some real ass shit.
Like, the person that is treating you like a queen.
But if this is the thing.
But if it's not the person that you want you like that.
The one.
Exactly. Then you're not going to receive it. You're going to find every excuse as to why. Even though this is something that your friends are looking like, bitch, this is the nigga that you need. You fucking around with these. Like, if it's not the type of dude. And I'm speaking to myself.
This is from me to me.
But me to me. Okay, me versus me. But somebody else might, relate to it. But I'm just saying, sometimes we have to be open to the idea that our friends are definitely saying things with love and with the best intentions, even if you don't necessarily like the messenger.
Is it different now because of the place you are in life? You know what I mean?
Like,
do you feel like you're more receptive?
I'm very receptive to any type of thing. If it is coming from a place of love and not a place of judgment, and if it's not a place of just being condescending.
Okay.
You know, like I'm open to nothing. We might not agree on it. I might not,
and that's okay.
But I'm happy that I have people around me that are able to tell me stuff.
Ooh, I got a question.
Say it.
You got to be super honest.
Oh gosh,
I know. I don't
as
care.
long as you get to answer it too.
I mean,
yes.
we talking about you.
No.
I'll answer.
Okay.
So, you don't have to give specifics.
Here we go, y'all. This is something she been wanting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is there anyone that has the power to Dwayne Wayne you today? 2021, is there somebody that could spin the block on your ass and come shut all of that shit down? You don't have to say your name, but is there somebody
because
that when they hear this, they gonna think it's them? There's plenty.
There are not a plenty, but there are a few.
Let them know.
I'm just saying there are a few niggas.
Vic said I got a roster. What are you saying? All these niggas love me.
But the thing is, like, I've been very chill with my, like, you know, a lot of people don't know
you're not
some of the folks
answering.
on my roster.
Y'all feel me? She's not answering.
Okay, so here's the thing. I am going to answer it.
Okay.
So if you were to ask me this 2 or 3 years ago, I would say yes.
Okay.
But the Vic now, there is no one that can come.
That could Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne Wade. There is no one. And you know
said
why?
Dwayne Wade?
I said Dwayne Wayne.
Checking. Just checking. I thought she was
You
slipping.
made me second guess myself too. I'm like,
checking.
did I say that shit?
Yeah. All right.
Because if you try to Dwayne Wade me, I might beat the shit. Listen,
see.
because you know how Dwayne Wade rolls.
Hold on.
You. Okay.
Stay on task.
Here we go.
Is there anyone?
So right now, no. There is no one that can come and try to, I want you. You know why? Because I feel that, especially when you have been off and on with someone and you've given them the opportunity and the space to do right and to fix some shit that they have done before, then at some point you have to respect yourself and know that you deserve someone who is all about you and who wants to really love you, not to go through something and now they done matured and now they like, nah, bro, like, no. So there's no one that can. I know you probably think, oh no, I am telling you, it can no. And I've thought about it. I've always thought, but it's like I'm outside myself looking like, bitch, you better not. Bitch, you know better. Bitch, I don't care if he please, baby, please. You know better. Because you know how much you have worked to become the person that you are now. Why would you go back?
Interesting.
Okay, so what about you?
Absolutely.
I already know.
Absolutely.
Please, baby, please. You
And
are
you know what?
walking down the aisle.
You what?
Yeah.
But also, it's more because, you know, our journeys have been different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, there's
and maybe
a
you
lot of
haven't been
things-
through. You haven't been through
Facts.
things that are no coming back from situations.
Absolutely.
I have given second and third chances to no coming back
and
situations
see, I haven't
before.
I haven't. I don't think I've had those, but it's
Right.
It's very interesting. But I really hope that it doesn't get to that. But there is
Where you're going to be getting married and then
they got Dwayne Wayne me. Yeah,
like the night before your wedding.
For sure. I don't want it to be that. But there's definitely there's definitely one person that could shut that shit down. And I'm working on.
So then my question to that would be, because both of y'all, because you brought it up.
I said I had
You
a question.
opened the
I
book.
didn't say I had a conversation.
You opened the book.
Go on.
Reading Rainbow.
Listen, we transparent.
Take a look.
It's in a book.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Butterflies in the sky.
Yep.
So my thing is, if you know this, the same advice that you was just telling Whitley, why are you
You're absolutely.
not
You're correct.
taking that advice
I
and
am.
communicating
I am.
and getting the situation so it won't end up being
How did we get here?
him showing up?
How did we get here?
Listen, Vianla that's how good.
How did we get here?
Miss Porter don't wanna be here.
I swear.
Like how I turned that
So
around.
we going like
Okay.
we, that's life. But I'm learning. That's all I got. I'm learning. I don't want it to turn into that, but I'm definitely learning. I'm a little bit
you was
of a
on
late
Whitley
bloomer.
because you was on Whitley's heels about it. I'm
because
just saying
this
earlier
the thing,
in the combo.
the part of me that's like I love, and I'm really big on like passion, and I think that people should really live a fulfilled life when it comes to love. I feel like a lot of times we settle, right? So I'm like, I understand that shit happens and life happens, right? So I'm really like working on whatever I need to work on so that I don't have to end up there. But right now, today, there is definitely someone that could come shut all that shit down.
I wish that I did have someone like that.
Real
and I'm
talk.
sure that many people that know me may think that there is somebody like that. But for me, I think I've worked so hard to really remember who the fuck I am.
Absolutely.
When I forgot in situations, and I don't want to settle. I don't want to.
And that doesn't mean perfection, but I really think that people...
No, I just think that when you make healthy decisions for yourself, and I have a child or I have a teen, and I've always said, Torrin has never seen me dating. Like he's
Really?
he's only seen one
person?
really.
Is that
It's very intentional.
okay? But that's
Very
good.
intentional.
So I'm gonna tell you why that's interesting, because I'm 38, I don't have children but want children. So for a long time, like my mother, y'all, one day we gotta have AP on here.
Okay.
But my mother was very like, one day she was like, Tania, how are you such and such age? Like, what you mean you don't want to date dudes with kids? You're the oddball for not having kids, right? So
Now.
always with the real. But dating with kids is difficult. It can be difficult from the perspective of the woman with no kids. So it's like I really try to lean on my friends with children, because it's just a different perspective. It's really something you have to adjust to. But for you, having a son especially, is it super intentional? Like, do you go in like, nobody's meeting my son, or is each person a case-by-case basis where you like, you know what? We going to see if this person is even worthy of me opening up that part of my life to them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I think at this point, it's just more of, it's a case by case basis, because I might meet somebody and we hit it off and he's just like, great. And I'm just like, okay, then he definitely has to meet my son at some point if he's going to be in my life. But
Do you have a
I
time
don't,
frame, or is it just how you feel?
no,
about
it's just
things
how
are
I'm feeling
progressing?
about it.
Okay.
But I also feel like I have to know that this person is going to be in my life for a while. It's not just somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, we're dating, and it's
Right.
like, nah. So then you don't need to really meet my son.
Okay.
And because the last thing I want to do is have someone create a bond with my son, and then we're no longer together. But then he's so used. I don't want my son to have to relive breakups
Go through a breakup as well.
Exactly.
So
so that is important for me.
So I have my last question for Dwayne and Whitley.
Okay.
This is probably real ghetto,
Okay.
I admit.
Okay.
Do you think that if Whitley and Dwayne had a baby? Nah, because
Okay,
she was...
but no, finish.
Real talk, because
Go
I
ahead.
feel like,
Go ahead.
that happens sometimes. Do you think that if they had had a kid, that would have forced them to, like, Byron would have stood a chance? If they had something that forced them to have a connection, like, look, regardless, we have to deal with each other, which means we have to constantly confront these feelings, whether they're on the surface, whether they're underneath the surface, But if
So
Whitley
here's
and
the
Dwayne had a
thing.
baby, do you think that Byron would have stood a
Gosh,
chance?
that is such a loaded question because there's so many different scenarios. And my first scenario, my mind was like, okay, Whitley has a kid. She's met a great man who's good on paper,
With
who
money.
she knows. Right. So basically, Whitley has met her Russell Wilson. Okay.
Ooh.
But Dwayne.
You compare. Hold on.
No, so what I'm saying,
But Whitney
I'm
don't
not
have
really.
no future. She don't have no future.
She doesn't have a future, but what I'm saying is the way that they really broke up, she was in love with Dwayne, right? Like that's her man. But when I say she met her Russell Wilson, I mean he's good on paper. He's
Okay.
a good guy. He's about
He
to be
ready
a,
to
he's a
step up.
senator. You know, like he's
Right.
yes. And so he would treat her child. He would welcome her child in. I
Absolutely.
see that
Okay.
for Byron. Now, Dwayne, okay, wasn't he a teacher?
Yeah, he was a professor.
Okay, so he was a professor.
Don't shade my man. Don't
No,
shade
no, I'm
Chipmunk.
not shade- no,
I
no.
feel like you shading Chipmunk.
I am not.
Chipmunk was a professor.
Listen, you can't shade somebody that eat prune cobbler.
All
you know
right.
he's regular. He's
But
like
Chipmunk was a professor
he was a professor
at an
okay?
esteemed institution.
Yes, he was. Okay, Hillman.
Thank you.
Hillman College, HC. So listen, I don't even know if that's even a thing. But yes, he was definitely a professor. But I don't think that on a level of success and on paper, he wasn't Byron. You understand what I'm saying here? Now, as a parent, I think Dwayne
I
would
lied.
be
I have another question. Go on.
Dwayne will be an amazing father. I think he will
Me
be an
too.
amazing father.
Comes from a great
So it's-
family.
Right. So it really is hard to say whether the child would have any
Ooh, any
bearing
bearings
on
it?
it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because both men are great options for the child. So it would really be more of how Whitley felt in this. Because let me tell you, that mama got to have a life too. Is
Mama
real.
gotta have a life too.
Is real.
I have two final questions. Go on.
No,
I just
that's
thought of them
it.
while you was talking.
And
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
My last two, for real.
Okay.
Would you have gone with Dwayne or stay with Byron?
You already know the answer to that.
What would you have done? Tell the people.
Bitch, I told you I would take my drawers off right there in the
I
aisle.
say tell the people. So you would have left Byron at the altar.
I would have left Byron watch my doves.
I say watch my dove.
I say watch my doves.
Okay, and lastly,
No, would
me
you?
too. Oh,
Okay.
baby, me and let me tell you something. You
Okay,
know
I
my
just wanted to
old
make sure.
Disney Beauty and the Beast fucking
Princess and the Frog.
Princess and the Frog ass. I'd have been like, babe. Lastly, my last question:
'Cause I'm almost there.
on paper or in real life, what do you feel like you're more drawn to? Does that resume have to be hitting, or does that real life, or do you need a balance? Real talk, because a lot of women, we are almost 40. Shit has gotten real.
I think about this often,
Real
actually.
talk, is it that paper, that resume?
Because when it comes to dating,
Yeah.
I really do look at paper now. And not just potential. I think I'm past that point.
Okay.
However, if you already have something going on and you're working towards something, I will
That's
be
a different
supportive.
potential.
That's
Absolutely.
a different potential because
You have evidence.
right.
You have
I
evidence.
see that you're
Concrete,
actually
tangible evidence.
exactly
Of working towards your
now.
goal.
What I do require, and this is me, and y'all could say I'm ghetto or whatever, hood, whatever.
It's okay.
But you have to have some type of street authority. You have to have some type of
You
street
hear this,
knowledge. You
y'all
have
hear
to.
this?
You have to know how to move out here. Okay? Because one thing about the streets, now we can call it ghetto and hood and this, that, and the other, but some street,
I like to call it awareness.
yes, some street niggas are the best businessmen
Yeah.
ever.
Absolutely.
So, but you can't be green, like Carlton.
Carlton
how
who?
Carlton-
Banks?
Yes.
Girl.
I couldn't even say his word. Alfonso
Carlton.
Rivera.
No, he's Carlton. They knew exactly who we was talking about when we said Carlton.
Yes, Carlton, Wayne Brady, like certain dudes that you meet, you just know, like, I don't know.
That's
Let me not
interesting.
shade.
So
Let me
you're not
be
okay. So
shady.
you need a mix. You need
I
that
do.
resume on point.
I need a
but then-
balance, but I need somebody who knows how to handle themselves
You know what?
as well.
I agree.
And
but
handle
I don't give a
me.
fuck about that resume, because you know what I've learned.
Not resume. So no, like if he didn't go to college, but he has a successful business, I'm good with that. Like you don't have to have a damn master's.
Because that's the other thing. Whitley had a hell, like she was between a senator and Dwayne was a professor, but that nigga was in IT.
I know
engineer,
this.
like whatever, some top notch.
So that's what I'm saying about the like the potential. You know, you see this nigga is trying. He has a job. He likes, giving back. He likes helping black men succeed.
You know what else was shady? Going back. The fact that the pastor was with it. That Bama was like, well, if somebody get married. Because he was still trying to get. Because I'd have been like, first of all, fuck you. I cash apped you. So how are you performing somebody else there?
Because he was still trying to get Marion Gilbert's draws. Okay, he was trying to get to the reception so he can spit that hot fire in her ear.
And Marion was with it. Marion would have pulled them joints to the side.
Okay.
Because she was like, ooh, pastor.
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 Oh, pastor.
Pasuh.
Give me Pastor Troy.
All right.
It's like, nah.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, it's time for
us to go.
So that's what I'm saying, like the best of both worlds, like Pastor Troy. Like it is time to go. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you. We love y'all.
Yes, we do. And we appreciate all the feedback as well. So if you are on Instagram, hit us up at Seasoned Podcast. Yes. And you can also write to us crazy stories, advice.
Because we got a segment coming up.
We do have a segment coming up. So we want to hear your thoughts and give you advice.
But know that you'll remain anonymous. So even if you send us stuff, when we talk about it, nobody will know that it's you. But send us stuff.
You will not.
You heard Tiana and Viana.
That's right. So hit us up. It's seasonpod@gmail.com. And of course, you'll soon be able to see us. We'll just put that out there.
For sure.
We'll just put that out there.
For sure.
But thank you. I'm Vic Jagger.
I'm Miss Porter. Did it?
And you have been listening to Seasoned.
Sometimes you
it's like you're trying to hold it. We gone, man. Bye.